What if I told you you can get paid to recycle all those random scrap metals you've got at home? Come with me behind the scenes and let's see how it all happens. In New Zealand, we have the New Zealand Association of Metal Recyclers. There's over 125 locations you can take your scrap metal to. It's a fantastic system where you're actually getting paid to do your recycling. So when you come into an AMR members facility with your scrap metal, first they'll weigh it up on the scales, then they'll check your licence or ID, which is actually a legal requirement, and then they'll work out how much it's all worth and cash you up. So how do you know what you'll get paid when you bring your scrap metal into a metal recycler? Spencer, how do I know what these different metal products are?
An easy way for us to tell is the old school magnet test. If the magnet sticks, it's not worth as much. Magnet doesn't stick, it's worth more to you.
So somebody could just test that at home?
Absolutely.
And then what have you got there?
This is an analyzer gun that shoots x-rays into the metal and it can tell us exactly what's inside that metal.
Wow, so then you know exactly what you're selling out into
We
the
know
market.
exactly what we're selling out into the market.
Oh, there you go. So you can do the magnet test at home to see how valuable your metals are, or you can bring it in and they can analyse it for you. So Glenn, obviously people can put aluminium cans and tin cans in their curbside recycling, but there's so much more people could recycle if they brought it to you guys.
Kate, we even recycle microwaves.
That's fantastic. Oh, now people put heaps of pots and pans in the recycling and they don't know, they can't take them.
Yeah.
But you guys can.
We'll buy them.
No,
we'll
you
pay for
even
them.
pay them for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And even batteries, you guys take batteries.
Wet lead acid, yep.
Not the lithium
Not
ones,
lithium,
I know
no.
that one.
Yeah.
But they can bring their batteries here and then
Yep.
you're paying them to take it.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
there's valuable resources
Lead
in here.
inside them, yeah. Lead and sulfuric acid, yeah.
And then there's taps, there's bikes, radiators.
Well, Kate, we even buy kitchen sinks.
Love it. So Glenn, these are the sort of things you really don't want people to drop off.
Yep. These have all got lithium in them, and so's the laptop.
And then what about these? I know that the recycling trucks and waste trucks are having major issues with vapes these days, but what about you guys?
Kate, this can burn the whole facility to the ground. We don't like them at all.
So here we've got all the domestic sort of recycling stuff that people have brought in. We've got bikes, we've got fridges, you've got to degas your fridges. You've got microwaves, we've got steel tubes, pots and pans, you name it. There's a lot of metal that's going to be recycled. Any domestic steel is transported to a shredder where they munch it up into small bits and remove all the contamination from all the domestic products. Any of the more pure metal products, these get loaded up into the baler where they're all crushed together into chunks that are ready for their next destination. So behind me here is all the industrial heavy duty steel. Now this stuff has to be gas cut up into smaller pieces, ready for it to be loaded for export. So all of the industrial heavy duty steel that's been cut up and the steel that's gone through the baler is now in the pile behind me. They're loading it into that 20-foot container, and this particular container is heading off to Hyundai Steel. Spencer, I just watched the scrap metal being loaded into the big container, and I'm just wondering, why can't we recycle all the metal products in New Zealand?
I'd like to say that everything can stay here in New Zealand, but unfortunately we only have a handful of foundries that can take our products. The thing that we're really proud of is that in the last year alone, our members have recycled and diverted from landfill nearly 1 million metric tonnes of metal.
Wow, that is impressive.
That's something we're proud of.
It's been fascinating to see everything here today, and now we're going to head to Auckland to see scrap metal actually being recycled right here in New Zealand. I'm at Glucina Alloys. They're an AMR member who are recycling lots of different types of alloy, brass, copper, things like that. It's amazing the products they're taking in here, and they're going to make it into something, and I don't know what, but let's go find out. First, they load all of the scrap aluminium into a big tray that gets weighed and then is fed into the furnace, which is burning at around 750 degrees. It's really hot in here. So So here I've got these little aluminium, they call them pucks. These are what are coming out of the process behind me. So it's all melted down domestic aluminium and it's coming through, and then they sell these on to the steel industry as an additive to make new steel. So that's pretty cool. Like, it comes in as a consumer waste and it goes out being another valuable product in the steel industry once again. So this is the dross here. This is the stuff they've scraped off the top of the furnace over there, and this, they don't want to waste this, so this comes into the big furnace here and it tumbles around where they're going to take all the other aluminium that they can out of this. It's pretty cool, they're not leaving anything behind. So in every batch, or melt is what they call it, when they're melting down the aluminium, they actually take a little testing sample to check the purity of the aluminium so they know exactly what they're dealing with. Here we see the aluminium coming out of the furnace. It's extremely hot. So it comes down and it fills in to these molds and it travels up where we see the molds come down and the guy puts it on a pallet. What's super amazing about this is that all of this aluminium that's come out was used car rips. That is so cool. And now it's going to go somewhere and become something else. So here we are at one of the places that buy the aluminium from Glucina Alloys, and then they're making them into all sorts of different things. They actually take the alloy and they add other scrap metals to it to make all sorts of different products. I've seen manifolds, I've seen things they don't even know what they're for, and the one that really interests me, which is park benches. So after all of that, we now have the final product, which is this park bench. So all of that's gone from the metal recycler to the refinery to these guys and come out the other end as a park bench. I think that's brilliant. That's the perfect example of the full circle of recycling right here in New Zealand. And now it's going back into the community.